Namaha. Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Suklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayetu Sarva Vighna Upashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Nupasmahe Gnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidhyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Krishnam Kamalapatracham Punyasravana Kirtanam Vasudevam Jagadyonim Naumi Narayanam Harim Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Guruhu Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Vyasa Bhagavan Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha. So today is an auspicious day, but the Krodhinama Samvatsaram concludes, and we are embarking upon a new year called by name Vishwavasu. All the 60 years cycle, 60 names, they are all the children, they are the sons of Narada, who suffered a curse to be a woman and give birth for 60 children. And then only he will be relieved of the shapam. So when 60 children were born and all that, then Narada made a prayer to Vishnu. Then Vishnu said, yes, your time is over, you can come back to my place. Then he, as a mother, worried about his sons. What about my sons? What about my fate of them? Then they said, no, they will be constantly remembered. That cycle will go on, 60 years yuga. And so every year, Samvatsara will go by one of the names of your sons. So this is, after 60 years, we have got the Vishwavasu year. So now, 2025, now you manage 60 back and you will see when that Vishwavasu year was there. So in this particular Vishwavasu, and Vishwavasu is a Gandharva, and he is a positive person. He sees the world green. He tries to answer any negativity that comes up also. So actually we have one beautiful Sanskrit Champu Kavya written by Vishwanath or somebody I forgot. So it is called Bhara. It is called it was called as the Vishwavasu Champu Kavya. And in that Champu, he and his other friend, they just take a tour of the world. And in the Akasham, they come in dialogue, talk about that. But Vishwavasu was always positive. So wishing that the Vishwavasu year is going to be a better prosperous year compared to the previous year. All years are the same, but still we only hope optimistically that things will go well. So in this year, we are going to have the Vidura's instructions and guidance and mentorship to all of us. Because he gave basically the guidance to Dhritarashtra, but it was in vain, no use at all, because whatever Dhritarashtra was advised, he actually wants to implement, but his children, Duryodhana is capturing the mind of his father, Dhritarashtra, and whatever Duryodhana proposes, the same is being confirmed by, therefore, Dhritarashtra is speechless before Duryodhana, and even though Krishna advises him, so many people have told him, but he could not manage himself. But anyway, that day when Sanjaya returned from Dharmaraja and chided him, saying that you have done a lot of offense to your other brother's children, Dharmaraja and his brothers, and Kunti and the daughter-in-law of your family, and you are not at all doing justice. And so best way is that you give up all your personal ego over your children and then grant that particular portion of land so that you will be enjoying the company of 105 sons and their families, and you will be richest person. So this is how he went on telling. Now we are in the 37th chapter of Vidhuraneethi, 50th mantra or 50th sloka. So before that, we have that question being put by Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra, having heard all about the Indri Nigraha and all that, how to control the six senses, because basically they are always restless. So, moreover, the one's understanding will escape from understanding of the senses, controlling of the space, etc., will escape. He said, just like the water in a pot which has got holes. The holes in the pot cannot contain the water you filled in. That goes away. So what I should do, Babu? I want some kind of practical solution. That's what. Chalani imani sadindriyani tesham yad vartate yatra yatra tatastataha sravate buddhihi chidra kumbhadiva nityam ambaha. Vidura concludes his talk saying that, so, well, buddhi is important, but that buddhi is highly fickle. Imani, Shadindriyani, Chalani. And whatever buddhi you talk about it, buddhi becomes something like a pot with holes. So, however you put water, however you put some content into that, it is not able to hold on. So, with that last verse, that Vidura will end one session of the talk to Dhritarashtra, and now Dhritarashtra comes forward and saying, yes, I'm just reading the sloka where his question comes up. Tanuruchaha Sikhiraja Mityopacharito Maya Mandanam Mama Putranam Yuddhenantam Karishyati Nityodvignam Vignavidam Sarvam Nityad Vignavidam Manaha Yatu Tatpadaman Vidvagnam Tanme Vada Mahamate. Aya Vidura, see, you just tell me that way where I can be, I can get rid of the anxiety. You see, Dhritarashtra said that Mandanam mama putranam yuddhenantam karishyati. My children, they are not at all listening to me. Uchaha sikhi tanuhu michopacharito maya. So I am not able to be I am not able to be controlling, because he is like the flame of the fire and I have been deceived, and so my children will get extermination only in battle, and they are all my wicked fellows. My children are wicked, and therefore Please tell me, my dear Vidura, that way how I can contain my mind and remove the anxiety which my mind has got. Although I have got great intelligence, but I am not able to dispel the darkness or dispel the anxiety. So ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿರೋ anxiety, worry that is pestering my mind, my intelligence, and all that. Is there any way out, oh Vidura? Please tell me. Because Dhritarashtra wants to be more and more practical. That's exactly what all our Vedic texts. Don't think that our Vedic texts are simply talking in the air. No, they are all there in order to make us live smooth on the land as long as we birth our life. Because that's why even Saura Suktam, the Rishi makes a prayer, Jog Jivaha Pratipasye Masurya, and Jaramasi Mahi. So we get to Jivanto Jaramasi Mahi. So we have to continue happy life and slowly attain the aging. Because aging cannot, nobody can stop the aging to the body. Whether or not you want, the aging will happen every day. So that's why every day we are losing our long life and we are getting down from the steps. But unfortunately, the anxiety, the worry, etc., will always stay in the mind and it clouds the intelligence also, the buddhi, and buddhi gets defeated before the indriyas or even manas. Therefore, you please tell me, my Viduraji, something that I can do with. Then Vidura will speak. 49th sloka. Na anyatra vidya tapaso nannanyatra indriya nigrahat nanyatra lobha santi agachanti pasyamate anagha. So Vidura says, anagha, agha is sin. Anagha is sinless fellow. See, there is only two ways. One is vidya and second one is the tapas. So indriya nigraha, if you want to do it, you must catch hold of knowledge. Vijnanam, because Gnanam Vijnanena Anandam. And all Upanishads in chorus will say that Gnana Dahati Karmani, Gnana Agni Sarva Karmani, Bhasmasat Kurute Arjuna. Krishna said that Bhasma, all that Agnanam will become Bhasma if you have got the knowledge to meddle that. Something like putting glassware in the parcel and people write glass handled with care. Similarly, in airport, if the baggage, check-in baggage is more than 50 kgs, then they will put 23 kgs, then or 50 pounds, then they will put a label, heavy, be careful. So this kind of caution is being marked and one can take care of it. That is the kind of knowledge. So the every packet has got a knowledge. So those people who handle such heavy luggage, they are being given instruction while doing that meddling that particular luggage. They have to check in luggage. They have to take some extra caution and take some extra contrivance to see that they are not hurt. Their backbone is not hurt. Therefore, you observe Nanyatra. That's what exactly called as Vidya. You know, Vidya also has got two divisions. One is Sadvidya and simple Vidya. So Avidya and Vidya as Ishavasya Upanishad. Avidya is to get all mundane happiness. And Vidya is to get spiritual happiness and emancipation. Whatever it is. But your choice is always there, yours, and you are a master of your choice. So, Vidya. And tapasa ananya indriya nigrahat. So tapasu is also another one where you have to resort to asceticism. ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂಡ್ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಇರಬೇಕು, ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಇರಬೇಕು. ವೆನ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಸಮ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಚ ಪರಮಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಭಾರತಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, once it so happened, there are so many episodes talking about his Tyaga Buddhi and Vairagya, and he is taken as the walking God. So, Nadiche Devudu antar. One simple example. One time he served a pappu in lunch, in Bhiksha to Swamiji. And he asked that cook, what is this? He said, Akura Pappu, I have served it. Go. So he just said, good, Bhavandi. So for next 2-3 days, he served thinking that Swamiji has liked this my Pappu preparation, so I will do like that. So 2-3 times, days, the same thing is got. Then immediately, Swamiji left that Pappu, that Vairagya and Indriya Nigraha. So he just went and had that urine, drink, and then Gomedikam touched the tongue and came home, and he never ate for 3 days. Then all people were worried, and the manager of the Vata went to him and asked, why are you, what mistake has taken place in us? Why are you not taking food? Like that, when that manager, trustee went and requested to Swamiji Bharati, he said, you see, I take the name of Sankaracharya, and I always move as the sannyasi, and I was the Vithadipati. And at that juncture, I am not able to control my tongue, having worn my kashaya vastras. So I have insulted my kashaya vastram. I have insulted my tongue also by just saying just the word, today your pappu is very fine. Your dal you served is very fine, very tasty. That means to say that I have preference to that compared to all other dishes served me. So this naluka, this tongue, has done the mistake. And I have not honored the kashaya vastra which I wore. I have not honored. So that's why I'm not touching the food for 2-3 days. And like that. So here the lesson that we learn is that the indriya nigrahat. So if at all you want to drop down your fear, drop down your anxieties, then you have to hold on, containing or controlling, restraining the senses. So these three things are there, which will be tools to complete abandonment of avarice, and there is no other good, and you will be doing good for the anxiety. ಈ ಮೂರು ಧೃತರಾಷ್ಟ್ರನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು. ತಪಸ್ಸು, and also the knowledge, and then the indriya nigraha. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಧರ್ಮಾಚಾರ್ಯ ನಾಲಿಗೆಗೆ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಇಂದ್ರಿಯ ನಾಲಿಗೆ, ಸೊ ಪಂಚ ಅಂತ ಆ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಭಾವನೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ he gave for the tongue is not, it's a personal. So that's why even Vidura is telling that Indriya Nigraha is important. Now I am reading the 50 and 51 slokas. Buddhya bhayam pranudati tapasa vindate mahatu guru susrushaya gnanam shantim tyaginam vindati. Anasritaha dana punyam veda punyam anasritaha ragadvesha vinirmuktaha vicharanti iha mokshinaha. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ. See, those who have got the finality of the goal, what is the finality of the goal of life? Not to be born again. That exactly is called as moksham. In fact, Tyagaraja, in one of his compositions, will entertain a doubt. And because all scriptures tell that you have to think of not returning to the land, no return ticket, because and once you go, you should go to Brahmaloka and get Shashvata citizenship there. Therefore, whenever we do some Shraddha karma and all that Pitru karmas, so yesterday was Amavasya, the last Amavasya of the year, Krodhi, and we make a prayer. Enanta Martivi. So Sarvesham Shashvata Brahmaloka Vaptirastu. Mama Samasta Pitrunam Shashvata Brahmaloka Praptirastu. So all my Pitrus, the means the departed fathers, because present Janma is live and we don't know how many mothers' milk we have drunk, how many fathers' protection we have enjoyed, and the parents, present parents, and past we had present, and we don't know about future also. So thereby, we have got Matru Runa, Pitru Runa, Acharya Runa, he gives you Gnanam, and Bhuta Runa, and so these are all the runas that will bother all people. So Runa Vimukti ಆದಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. We have to do something. I remember one of our staunch Vedic scholars and member and promoter of our Nadaveda Dhyana Kendra, and who has presented his books, but he is a Kannada teacher, Kannada Pandit in Mysore, but he is a wonderful, versatile Vedic scholar and also scholar of so many things. And he will just talk about the gods as a story. Supposing if you were to lecture on Indra or Agni or anybody, he will narrate it in a manner that he is telling a story about them. So that was the wonderful skill he has had. So almost when in about few days he will depart from this world. So he called all his teachers, all elders, and all people, and honored each one of them by name, by making them introduced on the stage, and what kind of benefit he earned or got from each one of them. So he called his Rigveda's Guru, Yajurveda Guru, and so on. And in that spree, it's a surprise to me that even I was also included, because we honored him with Vedasri and so many things. And we made him to speak to us so many things. And so in that spree, in that function, there was one Rigveda scholar, and but he was a postmaster, but he was a wonderful, great Vedic scholar. He also came, he was honored, and I remember, I will remain for more years upon this earth. I don't have invitation from Yamadeva or Vishnu to go immediately. So whatever I can do, I will do service for Gnana Vitarana. Like that, he went on talking on the platform in a big gathering in the big hall. So that I remember what he spoke, other things I don't remember. But he said, I have no invitation from Yama or anybody that I have to leave and stop my activity here. So that's why here also Shanti, that are moksham, if at all you want to have, you must have some qualification, some preparation, and some attainments. Only then you will be able to do it. So in 50th stanza, he says, Buddhya bhayam pranudati. Beautiful solution. See, if you are gripped by the fear, if you use your intelligence, what is buddhi, what is intelligence? You should always try to find out upayam and apayam. So upayam chintayet prajnaha tatha apayam cha chintayet. Supposing you are going to experiment and the upayam that you are thinking, what are the possible objections that come up? A lawyer, when he is arguing a case, he must always be aware of the opposition lawyer's possible arguments. Then only he will be a wonderful presenter of the case. It's not one-sided. So it should be always on the other side also. Then only there is comment. So that's why, say, bhayam is there. Buddhya bhayam pranudati. What is this bhayam? In Vairagya Satakam, Bhartrihari also has given a wonderful list. For example, he says, Vityen Rupalad bhayam. Supposing you have got more money than what it is, you will have the fear from a government, income tax department. Supposing you think that you are a highly handsome and beautiful person, there is the Jara bhayam. Rupe Jara bhayam. And with a Nripalad bhayam. So all these things are there, which are tagged with bhayam. Then ultimately he will say, Vairagyam eva bhayam runam. For all men, if you have got the buddhi, which has got the vairagya siddhi, then the fear is not there. So bhayam bagge, there is so much of literature built up. How best the bhayam could be dropped. And intelligence is the only one way. See, bhitad bhayam jayate. So Bharata says that how bhayam sentiment comes up in us because of the object from which you are scared. So bhitat bhayam jayate. If you have got intelligence enough, technology and intelligence and technology and methodology, etc., when you are all having, then you are able to easily solve the problem. Second, if you want to become a Mahimavan or a powerful, influential person, only you should do tapas. And then Mahat greatness, or you will be able to get and you become valuable when your achara is well streamlined. That's why in Vishnu Sahasranamam, you see Achara Prabhavo Vishnu and Dharmasya Prabhu Achyutaha and Achara Prabhavo Vishnu. You get the divine grace by your behavior. That's why we always make a prayer that our behavior be checked. So Durita Chaya is important. So Tapasa Vindate Mahatu. And how are you getting the Jnanam? You should go to a Guru and you simply surrender to him with the words like as Arjuna did for Krishna, Sishyasteham Shadhimam Prapannam. So I am your Sishya. So please try to rule me. Sishyasteham Shadhimam Prapannam. I am your Sishya. Please try to control me or rule me. So, any Sishya who has got some garvam, he will not be prosperous. Therefore, therefore, it is there. It is said that tapas is important, and Guru Susrusha is important to get jnanam, and Tyaga will give you Shanti. And again, those people who have want salvation and they must have some kind of merit. How do they get the merit? Dana punyam anasrita. That is, you should give up, you should make dhanam, not expecting any result, any return from that. Secondly, or you have to do that some kind of Veda, asita punyam. You have to do some rituals through which you are able to get some kind of punyam. Secondly, dharmartha kama moksha siddhyartham, for example. And again, you have to give up anger and avarice. That is asuya. You should try to spurn that. And you should be free from anger. See, vicharanti raga dvesha virmuktaha. Raga is love and attachment. Dvesha is avarice and hatred and jealous. These things also should be. So those people who do dana punyam, those people who do Veda ritual performance, those people who are freed from the raga dveshas, and they maintain that discipline, such people are getting kind of fear-free status. So fear-freeness is important. I hope you are following. We know all these things, but what we know, we don't follow, or we don't teach others, or we don't be conscious about them. That's why there is a beautiful definition given for education. What is education? To know what you know, to know what you do not know is education. So that is to say, you have to be a complete person. And now I am reading the 52nd sloka. Swadhitasya suyuddhasya sukrutasya cha karmanaha tapasasya sutaptasya tasya tasya ante sukhamedhate. Actually, he said, how to drop my anxiety, how to drop my sukham. I mean, how to drop my fear. So this is the wonderful question. For that, Vidura also has got beautiful answers. Already he has given some answer, and in this sloka also, he is going to give you that what is that? Swadhitasya. You should make swadhyaya. So swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. You should always have a self-study. What do you mean by self-study? Who you are, kastvam, koham, kataya, kutayataha. So who are you? Who am I? And why you have come into this world? What are the targets that you are being given spiritually other than the mundane happiness? So this kind of mimamsa investigation into our personal details have got to be done. That's what exactly called swadhita. That's why swadhyaya and pravachana. You must have a study of yourself and knowledge, and that you should be able to share with others. Secondly, suyudhyasya karmanaha. See, if you go to a battle, you should be very much virtuous in your battle. Dharma yuddham, you have to do it, not mosa yuddham, not adharma yuddham. So unless you adopt to a judicious formula in fight virtuously, you will not have any kind of peace and happiness. Adharma yuddha is a problem. Actually, when Bhima broke the thigh of Duryodhana, Balarama came and objected Krishna, his brother, and how you can how can you hit below the navel of my student when he is very sincere in his fight? Then Krishna had explanation for it, which was ultimately approved by Balarama, and the war ended because Duryodhana left his life. So like that, when you make the war virtuously, then also you will get sukham. Secondly, another point is tapasaha cha. So if you take to asceticism and also perform parivrajakatvam, a sannyasi is called as a parivrajaka. He is not supposed to stay at one place. That's why they give Chaturmasya Diksha for all sannyasins. They have to be moving places, and wherever they go, they should give spiritual talks and inspire people and see that Sanatana Dharmodharana Dharma Prachara. In fact, the TTD people have got a separate section as called Veda Dharma Paripalana or Veda Pravachanas, through Veda Pravachanas. So Veda Dharma Prachara, when they are doing, and they will call all scholars to different places and make the scholars to speak on the spiritual matters or Vedic texts, etc. So in that spree, I had an opportunity also to share, to contribute to the TTD people.